Hello everybody and welcome to the third course that I've taken, which was MET CJ571, Criminal Justice Administration and Ethics. As far as I know, there weren't any prerequisites, and it ran from May 11th to about June 28th, because here we are at July 1st. So we just wrapped up another course, the third of 8, and our course book was Inside the Criminal Justice Organization. This is the first edition. I know there's a second edition out now, an anthology for practitioners. And it's written and edited by Mary Ellen Mastroielli. Other reading that wasn't required but suggested was case studies in criminal justice ethics. And this was Braswell, Miller, and Pollock. This was the second edition, and this is covering your 3 C's, cops, corrections, and courts. So this was a great ethical reading about ethical challenges in leadership. And I'd highly suggest it, even if you're not in the course, you just want to do some side reading. Really enjoyed that book. The teacher for the course was, in fact, Mary Ellen Mastroielli, the Associate Professor of Practice and the Chair of the Department of Applied Social Sciences. And our course's facilitator, again, was Timothy Kahansky from a previous course. So our class relied on a class discussion board for the activity of the classroom. We had an introductions page, a facilitator's corner, a water cooler, all the typical post and discussion boards that you found in previous classes are the same through this course. Week 1, organizational theory. Week 2, organizational deviance and decision making. Week 3 were conditions, cooperation, collaboration. Week 4, socialization. Week 5, stress and leadership. Week 6, organizational change. And finally, week 7, we had kind of a wine and cheese night for our live classroom and our final. So, about this course, this is Boston University's writing or summary of this course. So, the challenge of managing and leading today's criminal justice organizations is becoming increasingly complicated due to many factors ranging from terrorism to cybercrime. This course not only provides students with a conceptual and theoretical basis on which to manage complex criminal justice agencies, but also offers practical approaches to organizational effectiveness, integrity, and innovation. So, we had live classroom recordings. They were every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. This is Eastern Standard Time, so Boston's up north. I'm in Kentucky, and we're on the same time zone. 5 o'clock was tricky for me to fit in the schedule. And then when I posted about it on a live classroom night, a bunch of people in Washington, Oregon were like, well, dude, it's 2 p.m. And I'm like, well, I guess some people always have it worse. So 5 p.m. wasn't too bad. But I did miss a couple, and thankfully the classroom recordings were recorded and available usually the next day by noon, which was great. So you read your course book by Tuesday night class, and then our discussions were posted by Thursday, and we respond to 2 different peers by Sunday nights. Very similar in format to previous classes. Discussion posts are posted on the Blackboard discussion threads. Our midterm and final papers were both turned in digitally via the internal Blackboard the BU uses through Turnitin. There were also 2 wikis that were required for this course. They're somewhat like a group workshop. I summarized a wiki is a collaborative learning experience that enables groups of students to work together to solve a problem or complete a project. Yada, yada, yada. You enter your resources that you used in an annotation that briefly describes each resource and why you selected it. It's not much. It's like 150 words, 4 to 6 sentences long, concise and well written. So, discussions range from conversations that defund the police movement 1 week to workplace stress in correctional officers another week. There were only 3 weeks of discussions, and this course was really heavier on the reading. It's definitely not one you want to skip out on the reading because the book was sort of written by the professor. So that's an important one to take note of. It really is the meat and potatoes so far of this master's program in criminal justice. Thankfully, although some of the reading was dense, it was completely applicable and incredibly helpful in studying leadership and the ethical challenges that come with the job title. So, agency collaboration, organizational structure, and theories of management are just a few of the learning objectives we studied. The rest of the weeks were broken into the wikis, which I discussed earlier, and you had a midterm and you had a final paper. So, my midterm was titled Evidence-Based Policing, Is It Really Worth It? And this is where I asked the question if it's really the best practice. I defended that although it won't provide total ethical direction for leadership decisions, leaders should collect data and they should collect scientific evidence, study it, and then apply it in their own workplace and departments for the best success. Wasn't too long, 3 to 5 pages maybe. My final, however, was titled Racial Inequality, Law Enforcement, and a TED Talk to start the discussion. So, we were asked to watch a 12-minute TED Talk about racism in the 2020s world. This modern-day study of racial inequality in criminal justice was particularly helpful in questioning how we define racism. The speaker urged the utilization of data to prevent these dangerous situations, and then he questioned how we can then utilize police to solve our day-to-day problems. By studying how racism can affect leaderships of organizations, this TED Talk was less about racist cops and more about trying to stop the violence from escalating in the first place. So, it was pretty straightforward. I think my paper was 4 to 5 pages or so not too heavy on the writing. It really was just a heavier reading course to get a basis on organizational challenges and ethics in administration. So, thoroughly enjoyed this course. The next one is Applied Analytical Methods, which is short for statistics. So, luckily, I have pretty strong 3 first classes to balance out whatever grade I get in this 4th one. But come late August, I guess, we'll be halfway through the course and the program. So comment below in the comment section if you have any questions, or send me a message like a couple people have done, and I look forward to posting more of these. Thank you, and have a good, we're coming up on July 4th, so have a good 3-day weekend. Thank you all.